Good afternoon, Hardin County, and welcome to Hardin Local Weekly. I'm Rachel Brainingham, and I'm really glad you're here today because this is a big one. I've got a big week for you all. We've got high school football opening up Friday night. I know a lot of you, as do I, wait all year for this. We've got Nate with a business buzz that is stacked, including an official opening date for Publix, which is right near my house, and I am so excited to hear about this. Of course, I've got your housing market update where one number moved in a way that I specifically want to highlight and discuss. But the reason today is a big one is we're introducing somebody new. There's a new face joining me at this desk, and you're going to meet him in a few minutes. So let's get everybody in here. I want to introduce to you guys the people that are the typical faces you see. So I've got Phil Tall, who is the host, who is the producer of Hard and Local. I've got Scott Lucas, who is my co host, John O'Brien, who brings us events and happenings. I've got Nate Bryan with Business Buzz. I've got Britton McDowell, our experienced eaters. And down in the corner, I've got Grafton Sizemore. All right, before we get rolling, if you're watching live on Facebook or YouTube, do us a favor and hit that like button and share us out because that's genuinely how more people in this county find us. Drop a comment, tell us where you're watching from. We read them live and we love to see the different areas that you all are watching from. And of course, everything that we talk about today, everything we've discussed in past episodes, it's all available at hardinlocal.com. There is so much that we want to bring to you guys, but we pack this hour completely full and we even oftentimes run over. And there's still all this extra that we didn't get to discuss. So make sure you go to hardinlocal.com. You can find all of the information that we do share and a lot of juicy details that we didn't have time for. And if there is somebody that you want to shout out, a birthday, an anniversary, a kid that did something good, make sure you drop that in the comments as well. Phil brings those up at the end for us to read, and we love to highlight those cool things that are happening. All right, a couple things before we get into it. First one's a family announcement. Phil, John, you two have been busy.
Yes, we have. Some of you know we've been building a second show, and Urban Local premiered Sunday night. And obviously, disclosing right up front, same as always, that's our show. It's us doing it. So this is us promoting us, not somebody paying us to say it. And let me be clear about what it actually is because the name makes people assume Urban Local is a Kentucky culture show. Urban is the thread that ties it together. It's the thing everybody here has in common. But the show is about culture, stories, news, events, people, and we drink some bourbon while we do it. That's not the point of it.
John, you're on that show too. What made you jump into this? What made you interested in this?
It's just something I've been enjoying and kind of I did a little bit before even Hard and Local. A buddy of mine did a show, kind of a podcast, social media called True Kentucky Culture, which this kind of combines that with what Phil had an idea for with another friend of ours, Jess Ann. And it's just something I wouldn't miss out on because it's something fun. Plus, you get to drink a little whiskey, nothing wrong with that.
What's one particular story that you're most excited to go chase down on that show that maybe you couldn't do here?
I mean, again, it's not even just Kentucky wide. This is like a global thing because again, we're talking about like bourbon is what brings everybody local together. No matter where you live, you could be drinking the same whiskey as somebody that is across the country, across the world. So again, there's no story too small. So that's what's exciting about this.
Awesome. Scott, did you have a question for him?
Yeah, for Phil, you've got two shows running. How's that going to be sustainable?
I mean, I could tell everybody in one word or two words
AI,
artificial
Two
intelligence,
letters, two letters.
AI,
right?
the only way it's sustainable. But
That's
it
right.
is
Exactly.
something that I've been planning ever since I relaunched Hard and Local. So we're excited about it. And if things go well with Bourbon Local, Lexington.
There you
Awesome.
go.
All right, guys. So the launch of that bourbon local is. Would you tell us a little bit about that, Phil?
Yeah. Yeah, we launched and or every Sunday night at 9 p.m. and we'll be going live. And then if you miss us, you can still watch the recorded versions or the live version. We're pretty much doing it the same exact way we do Hardin Local. We live stream it, then we edit the videos and put them all out in segments. Sunday night at 9 p.m. is really the only time frame. If you want to join us live, that'd be the time to come. And we set it later at night so people have. But we also have all our own handles. Bourbon Local is usually on Facebook. It's Bourbon Local. I think on Instagram it's Bourbon_local. But it's either Bourbon_local or Bourbon.
Great. Well, a couple things I want to highlight. Lead, launch, and leverage business and investment experience. That is this Friday and Saturday at ECTC. That's the Radcliffe Small Business Alliance partnering with the Hardin County Chamber. Registration closes Thursday. That's this Thursday, the 20th. So you're thinking about attending that. You've got about 2 days, and the details are on hardinlocal.com. That's lead, launch, and leverage business and investment experience. That sounds like something I need to be in attendance to. So I'm going to have to go look at the website. All right, guys. Scott, you have an icebreaker for us.
I do, and I had to choose because I was looking at some special days for the day, and I was going to go with it's fajita day. So if you like fajitas, go get some fajitas. But the one I chose was Serendipity Day, and they kind of got me wondering some cool things that happened to me just by accident. So that's the icebreaker. What's something good that has happened in your life completely by accident?
Oh, it's a great question. Does anybody want to jump in completely by accident?
I'm trying to think.
I'll go first. I've got one. I mean, it's not completely by accident, but obviously I'm heavily involved in real estate, every aspect of real estate at this age and at the development of my career. But I never planned to be in real estate. My dad just kept pressuring me to get my license. And one day he finally sat down at my desk and said, "Fine, I'll pay for half your license." And I just honestly was like, "You're annoying. So, okay, I'll do it." And now look at me. So, I mean, that's obviously I invested a lot of work to get my license, but that just happened and he kept pushing me to do it. And here I am today. And it was the best decision, best thing he ever did for me, best decision I ever made. So I guess that
Nice.
kind of counts.
Yeah, nice. I like that story. Nate, what about you?
So several years ago, we were supposed to go to Disney. I know, shocker. And a hurricane hits. And they actually said they were going to start closing Disney, which they don't usually do. And so we're like, all right, we can't go to Florida. Airports are starting to close. What are we going to do? And this is like the week before. And then my boss looks at me. He said, "Oh, yeah, by the way, I need you to change your vacation." I was like, "Well, it's already getting changed." Like, "No, I need you to go tomorrow." Like, "Oh, tomorrow. You want me to go on vacation tomorrow?" It's like, "Yeah, my wife's baby's due and I need you to be back. So I need you to go tomorrow." So I called Courtney and said, what in the world are we going to do? She said, "I don't know." It was like, I told my boss, like, "All right." But she gets it cleared to, "All right, I can go tomorrow. We just don't know where we're going to go." And I told my boss, like, "All right, you got to give me the rest of the day off or let me use my computer to look some stuff up because I wasn't prepared for this." So we ended up finding Niagara Falls the night before. Apparently, Beasley doesn't like that story. Go outside.
Well,
And
love when you
yeah.
take time to take
So
care of your
anyway, so
pets.
we ended up booking Niagara Falls, found a hotel for like $150, and now goes to like for 450. Ends up being perfect weather in September. So it's one of the best trips we've ever had. We didn't even know we were taking until the night before. So it was
Nice.
pure accident. It turned out to be a great weekend. Now I want to go back to Niagara Falls and do the Canadian side.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anybody else have a highlight that comes to mind? I mean, Grafton's is meeting me. Let's see here.
I was
who
gonna
else?
say being on the show, that might have been partially because of meeting you, but no, it would be that kind of by happenstance being on the show, getting to meet Phil through you, and knowing some of the other guys on here just through other things. That would be my big one is being on here because definitely not something that I saw my career path doing. I thought I'd sit at a desk and do loans all days, but how the last 3 years have changed that idea of what my job really was.
Look at you now.
I
What?
still don't know the blue hell you are, so it's okay.
I know
We're
for
about to find
me,
out.
I have better ones. I just can't think of them. So this one doesn't quite answer it, but it is kind of funny that when I did relaunch Hardin Local, like that wasn't like a I didn't really plan to do that after I shut it down the first time. And then almost every host I've asked has told me no at least once, or I
How hilarious is that? So we're
kept
all sitting
asking.
here as no's originally.
Oh, I believe you all. I was like,
Yeah.
who are you? What the heck?
I,
John didn't.
I
And
said, yeah,
Scott
let's
didn't.
go. I said, yeah, let's
Not
go.
even
Yeah.
me, but pretty much everybody else.
I think I told you no for like 6 months actually. So I might have the longest record on here.
You
So
may.
and what a great decision it was when I finally said yes. So
Mhm.
all
Did Phil
right,
have to
boys.
bribe you, Rachel?
Do what?
Did Phil have to bribe you?
Maybe there might have been at least a drink involved. I'm not
There
gonna
were
lie. There might
Okay,
have been a
that's
vodka
the
and Sprite
bourbon there. Okay, gotcha.
I settled way too early then. I could have held out.
You should have held out. You might have gotten a drink. Um, all right, guys. Well, if nobody else has any, here's what we need, guys. Audience, we want to know about your serendipitous day or moment. Okay. So, what's the best thing that ever happened to you by accident? Of course, we'll read some at the end. So, speaking of things happening, there's a lot going on this week. John, let's jump into events. We need your jingle.
It's coming.
No jingle, no event.
Where you gotta be? Events
It's
all
fine.
weekend,
There
Hardin
you go. Just
County.
dance.
J-O-B, where you gotta be? Come on, turn it up, tune it,
There's
Hardin
that rhythm.
County.
That's about right? It just end right
Yeah,
now?
that's what you
Yeah, that's
That's
perfect. I
good.
can't hear it, but again, I get it. It's in my head. It's in my heart. But are you ready for some football? Isn't that what somebody said one
Yeah,
time?
football.
Football season. It's time. It's time to go. So high school football season opens up. We got one game in Hardin County, and it's the John Hardin game versus Hancock County, 7:30. So if you're in Hardin County, you're not wanting to go support your team somewhere else, that's the one to go to. Go support your Hardin County locals. Other teams are playing out of the county. E-Town's at Barstown, Central Hardin is at Atherton, North Hardin's at Lexington Christian, and Fort Knox is playing Bethlehem down in Danville. One of my favorite spots for it's just distillery down there, Wilderness Trail, so good. But yeah, go support John Hardin if you're going to stay local. Another big thing, we got that Heartland Homecoming Parade. Everybody loves it. It was usually followed by the Heartland Festival. No longer. We've got the Heartland Harvest Festival. It's later on in the year now. But if you love coming down and checking out a parade, it says it starts at 10 a.m. So get down here early. Again, there will be closures on the road. So make sure you get kind of parked where you can park and walk to your favorite location to sit. Does anybody have a favorite spot that they go every year for the Heartland Parade and sit?
Not really, just wherever I can
Wherever
fit
you
in
can
there.
squeeze in?
Yeah,
We
park
usually
close.
come up St. John Road and sit right there. What is that? A Walgreens right there by Southeast Christian Church. That's usually our route.
Okay, that's a good spot. That used to be kind of the ending spot for it, right? Did it end a little after that?
It is, and
Uh,
a little secret, they dump all the extra candy there, so you get more candy because they're
there you
like, "Oh,
go.
we're at the end of the parade. We got all this left over," and so it's a secret. Okay, I hate to share.
She's in the know. She's in the know, gang. We used to always sit at my uncle's real estate office that he used to have there across from St. James. It was O'Brien Realty back in the day. It's a fun spot to sit. But now, again, we get in where we can fit in, right?
Mhm.
I mean, back in the past life, I used to have a free one at the News Enterprise, but they
There you
usually
go.
before that, I think it was around Quixie. Yeah, we went to St. James. We listened to Quixie. Is usually one of those two, just somewhere on that side of the sidewalk. I don't think we ever actually sat on the other side. Every single time we would sit on the St. James side. I don't think we ever once tried. Hey, let's go to the other side, see how it looks. Like 40 years I went to it. All 20 years were on the other side.
Yeah. The good thing is sitting down there, you can head to that neighborhood market and grab you
We did.
something to drink over there if you're over there by there. So that's kind of a nice little spot in that end. Also, this weekend on Saturday is the St. James Community Picnic. There will be live music, games, food, and a beer garden. Oh, watch out! It's 4 to 9 p.m., so it'll be a fun time. It's at the Robin Group Boulevard, not the church, which is a mile down Dixie. So make sure that you don't go to the wrong location. Also, we have the lawn party at the bandstand Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. The band is called Last Call, but it's not the last one of the season. So if you want to go check them out, head down there. Again, 6:30. They don't provide seating, so bring a blanket, bring a chair. But there could be some storms, so watch out. It could be another cancellation that happens sometimes with those. Also, tonight at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Pritchard Community Center, there is the Downtown Master Plan Open House. So if you've been wondering what the city's going to be doing next week, 4 months down the road, 8 years down the road, a decade, they're going to be talking about it. So if you want to
How
get
how
in on
often do
that,
you think, John, does the city actually ask people what they want downtown?
I
Kind of
haven't
like,
ever seen that necessarily. So this is going to be interesting. I don't think they can cram that into 2 hours, but I want to see them try.
no, they've done it
I'm
like,
kind
but
of
not very often.
okay.
So it should be interesting. As long as if they live stream it, I'll have it. I'll have
Up
it
up on our
digested.
restreamed.
Yeah,
Nice.
but
Hopefully so. Like I said, I would love to hear all the ideas that people come up with because everybody's got their own ideas, and it's fun to hear those for sure.
yeah.
Um,
And while we're on that topic, people, you guys should go check out hardinlocal.com. We have, I've started to put all the city council meetings up, digested, written up. So like, there's some on there, and there's our series, the fourth article in our series of the data centers for E-Town. It's on the main homepage.
And it's
excellent,
free.
Yes, it's
indeed. The Hardin County Bee School. If you've ever wanted to learn about bees, or you already know about bees, but you want to learn a little bit more, they're doing a little class 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. At the extension office at Opportunity Way. $10 per person, but if you got a couple, your wife and your husband, wife, spouse, head on over there. $15 a couple, or family. So take the whole fam down. Everybody learn about bees.
B school. Genuinely,
Bees
who
are
goes to
great.
B school? Is this a hobby thing or a business thing?
I, I mean, it could be either or. I mean, like I said, I know a lot of people. My cousin, he has some bees. He doesn't do anything with them other than it's just a hobby and for himself. But I know that we have a lot of local apiarists that sell honey at a Vibe and some other places. Also, we got the Guerrero Salsa Truck at the Advanced Auto in Radcliffe on Wednesday, and at Ryanville Farmers Market on Sunday. Uh, That's a fun time. Cars and Coffee Saturday at Hardin County Honda. What else we got here? Also, I want to say I was going to mention it when we talk about the
Hey,
bourbon.
John, I can hear
BBT's
you,
got it.
but
Oh
I
yeah, you're
can't hear
good.
you.
Oh, you can't hear
I
me.
know you
Oh,
can.
well,
Everybody else can hear you probably, but I can't.
Yeah, I
oh.
can hear
Can
you.
everybody else hear me?
Now
I
I
can
can.
hear him
You're good.
great.
Very good.
We can hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay,
Cool.
cool. Uh, Fun times. I was going to talk about BBT's got a blind bourbon tasting on Saturday as well at 2. So after you've done your parade, maybe come check out a blind bourbon tasting. And we're going to talk about those results on Bourbon Local the next day. So that's going to be a fun kind of carryover into that for Bourbon Local. So we've got sun stuff though. There's hundreds of things on the website, Hardin Local events. Go check those out. Make sure that you always stay up to date on those things. Anybody else have anything we're going to talk about?
I
I
think
just want to say, while I like the football aspect of it starting, I know with North Hardin, obviously that's where we're at here. Radcliffe has an away. Looks like John Hardin will probably get a really big crowd because looks like it's the only home game going on. So
Yeah, hopefully
it'll be
so. Like I said, if you don't
yeah,
go support your team that your kids go to or things like that, go support a local team.
right.
I was just going to highlight there are over 125 things on the website for just this week. Those are events across every town, addresses, times, prices, all of it. Like 125 different things. So you're going to find something in Hardin County that is specific to you. Hardinlocal.com/this week. You want to go look at it, find something to do.
where you gotta be. Events all week in Hardin County. J-O-B, where you gotta be. Come on, turn it up, tune it, Hardin County.
I don't know if that worked or not. There we go.
You
did.
were almost perfectly on beat. Almost.
Yep,
It was
almost.
just slightly off. All right. Well, John, thank you. Nate, I hear you've got an actual date for us. So stop holding out. We can't wait to hear it.
If business is buzzing in town, Nate already knows it's Nate's Biz Buzz.
Yeah, Nate's Business
Yeah.
Buzz.
All right, so we know. Let me get the hell on there. Publix, that is on Ring Road, Pear Orchard. It's got two different addresses. It's 1305 Pear Orchard Road or 2300 Ring Road. It will take you to the same place, just depending on which way you're coming from and which entrance you're using. Publix is opening September 23rd, Wednesday. So basically 5 weeks from tomorrow. I had it as, I think, September 19th or whatever, to push it back a little bit. But this is good because originally they had told us the original fleet plan said November. So I think September is great. So I do not know, and I apologize for this. We know that there's other stuff coming with them. We know in that same building, it goes Publix, Public Liquor, Firehouse
Public Liquor.
Subs, which is coming back, and UPS Store. I do not know if everybody opens up on the same date or everybody's got separate dates. We do not know that at the time. Hopefully, obviously, we had some more time to figure it out. I have not seen the Firehouse sign go up yet, and I have not seen the UPS sign go up yet. And then even the other building, which ties into our next one, you've got Hot Works, which is Infrared Hot Yoga, which I know John loves his yoga. So
Beer yoga.
they're going to that building. You've got Beignets and Brew, which got announced a few weeks ago, will be going in that building. We know a nail place will be going in that building. We know Kilwins, which is fudge, ice cream, rich. Like, it's going to jack up my blood sugar. They're going to that building. And now we know Theology is going in that building. So Theology will be joining the Publix group. Theology Skin Bar. I'm sure Rachel is already checking into them. I think she's already friended them, by the way. Theology Skin Bar plans to open fall 2026. So again, we do not have a date. In the 2,500 square foot suite 113 in the future 1305. So this is the building that's on the side. This is not the building that Publix is in. This is the one that's on the left side. It'll be near Kilwins and near a Platinum Nails location. I don't know if that's Platinum Nails. I think there's a Platinum Nails near Toasted Yolk. I mean, is that the name of that place that's over there? So I don't know if they're moving or if it's going to be a second location or what. Again, more information will be released. But Theology, they have a website, theologyskinbar.com. Facebook is Theology Skin Bar. Instagram is Theology Skin Bar. So look up to them. I got a post about them, but they will be in that building. Obviously, there's still more places to be. That we know there's still 3 or 4 in that building. The 4 outlots that have been confirmed. So obviously, lots more room for expansion in the Publix Pear Orchard area. Any questions about either of those?
Yeah, so 4 businesses out of 1 center. Well, no, that's
Later.
Yeah, 2 suites left at Pear Orchard. How fast is that whole development filled up?
Well, as we know, Beignets and Brew just kind of got announced recently. We've seen things come and go. We thought we were getting Everbowl acai, which I think would have been great because people have been asking for a healthy option. But it also shows the growth of this community to get a Kilwins because you usually see those only in either big cities or tourist places. And I wouldn't call E-Town either. But we also know the Sports Park impact. So the last 4 years, we were from nothing to Crumble, Nothing But Cakes, and now Kilwins. They are still leasing. There are some, I think there are at least 1,500 square feet or 1,000 square feet. So I think that's a decent sized spot for people who want to go. And I'm sure they're always going to join in. As you can tell by looking at the signs, there's room for more. I mean, they obviously are planning for more. So it wouldn't shock me if the whole thing is full, plus all 4 outlots are announced or in development by the end of the year or at least 2027.
Hey, Scott, weren't we talking about him doing that bungee workout? I think
Nate, you actually did bungee? You got pictures, right?
I've got pictures. I have video. It's bigger than I can upload it, but I'm sure Phil would love to make a fool out of myself. So there is video.
Were you
Please
bribed?
bring
Were
those
you
to
paid to
us.
do that?
Is it
Oh,
like
there's video.
spacewalk? Was it like
Courtney,
spacewalking?
not really. Courtney's got the video. I will say there were some North Hardin kids. I didn't catch their name that were playing soccer while in bungee. So to show just how bad I was. But yeah, I did
Tell
try it
us,
out.
tell
It
us
was
about
fun.
this bungee place because I've seen
Yeah.
a bunch of people over there doing it.
Yeah, so it's 400 College Street Road. So for me and John and the older ones that grew up in this area, that's where we grew up playing soccer at Gates. It's right down the road from Gates soccer fields. It's down that hill. It's in that yellow building, basically right across from the Globe Brands headquarters. So if you know where that's at, it's 400 College Street Road. I call it the yellow building. Owned by Emily and Daniel Padilla. I think Daniel's a soccer coach at North. I think Scott can probably confirm that. The North kids were in there. So yeah, they strapped me in, and I should have realized this, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. First thing they do is weigh you. So I owe Courtney an apology for that
I'm
one.
not going. I'm
Oh,
not
I will.
going.
100. Yeah, people are like, wait, I'm not getting well because they have to know the weight for the belay system. I mean, I should have realized that. I didn't. So I'm 195, which is good for me because usually I go up to about 212 in the summer or fall. So I've lost some weight. So on my McDonald's weight loss plan, so that's been great. So they weigh you, they strap you in. It's kind of uncomfortable at first, and then we realized, hey, we need to. I wasn't jumping as high as I should have been. There was too much resistance. So I let it go. I thought I was flying, and then I watched the video, and I'm like 3 feet off the ground. So I'm not sure I was still even too big of basketball at that point. But it wore me out. We did burpees, we did lunges, we did the flying. They do
Good.
have a $10 class for beginners to kind of show you, hey, what it is, and it wore me out just within 10 or 15 minutes. She said, Emily said that the first day she did full classes, she went through 1,700 calories of what her Apple Watch or Fitbit said that she went through.
That'll do
So
it. That's great
I am
cardio.
not that. Yeah, I'm not. But I wouldn't survive that. I'd be dead. So we did have the EMT on standby. I do like our Hardin County EMT, but I survived. It was fun. Like it wore me out. Like I wasn't sore. Like you know, it's one of those like you feel the burn, but you don't feel like, oh my god, I can't walk, because obviously I did because Courtney made me drive home. But it was fun. Like I would do it again. I think Courtney now she kind of like watched the first one and said, all right, I want to do this at least once. I mean, I could see being fun for team building, fun date night. Just they have the music pumping, which we didn't yet. They've got different types of classes they will have going on. But give it a try. It's one of those things I didn't think I would end up doing, but it was fun. We do the photos. I will be sending Phil if I can't get the video uploaded because it is so big. I'll send it to Phil, and then he can make me look like an idiot. So it'll be fun.
And this is
But
called
I'm glad
Fly to Fit, right?
fly to fit. FLY the number 2 FIT all one word. Fly to fit. If you want to know
11th
about classes,
is when it
yes.
goes on.
Yes, they will be opening 6 to 8 p.m. September 11th. They want to have food trucks. They told me to get the word out. I made an AI flyer that Scott said was too busy, but we still liked it anyway.
Yeah.
Because it got a lot of information in there. It had information about the prices, the classes, what it is. But the information's all there. Groovio is where you go. GROOVIO app. You go to Groovio, type in Fly to Fit, and we'll show you how to schedule their classes. They fill up fast. I know people have been wanting to get in. I've been complaining, like, well, I think they only have either 8 or 12 of the bungee things set up, plus one for space and 2 just for personnel, because you can't have 24 people in there and just one teacher. That just wouldn't work. Plus, it'd be a demolition derby, which I think the demolition derby class would be fun. But it has to. You just kind of have to limit it. And then obviously, as they grow, they can do more classes, more days, more people. I mean, it's going to evolve. I mean, no business is. I'm sure Scott, as you know, and Phil, as you know, Rachel too, that no business is what it is on day 43 as it is on day 3, or day 143 as it is on day 3. So it's going to evolve and grow. So I'm excited
And
for them.
and they've got membership options too, right? Like
They do.
$99 right now. It's like the lowest it'll ever be, right now. Isn't that right?
I believe so. Yeah. Let me find my AI flyer.
Because I know
$99.
Jamie did
Yes,
it. Jamie did it this
unlimited classes.
morning. She did
Because
one
she
of the
mentioned
classes this
that.
morning.
How was it? How'd she like it?
She liked it. I walked in, so I walked in just to check it out, and I saw her just flying at me. It was a full class though. It was 12 of them in there doing it.
Yeah, so I think I was about 12. That was like 3 rows of 4 or 4 rows of 3, however we're counting the math. Bungee 101, 30-minute intro class is $10. They have an $80 packet for 5 classes, and then you get a monthly visit for unlimited classes. but it's only going to be for $99. So if you want it, you better take advantage of it. You can go to Groovio and do it. But I think you have to sign on for a minimum of 4 months if you're doing the monthly thing. There is a waiver because just make sure that you're aware. Just you can wear tennis shoes. You don't need any special shoes. Just wear workout clothes. If you're out of shape, you'll be okay. Like I've got a shoulder issue, and it didn't hurt my shoulder one bit.
I hear we have a new business opening on Friday, grand opening.
Oh yeah, we went out there because I was the perfect one to talk about bourbon. When I've got a room full of people that know about bourbon, so thank you all. Off the Clock opens Friday. It is above Social on Main or Social Food Hall in the Assembly. So it's that area. It's upstairs. You go up. You go past the Overlook, which is having a comedy show this weekend. So it's not where the comedy show is. It's completely around the corner, and it's a lot bigger than you look. When you go in, you will go in at the Bugs there, and you will find the secret door, or it's not so secret anymore. But you'll go up there. You'll go up those steps, and you'll see like it is swank. And if you like cigars, they have a cigar bar. But you obviously remember it's 15 feet from the door. You go outside, and they have a nice area. It opens Friday. Off the Clock is the name of it. I don't know if their website's open yet or online yet, but they do have Facebook. They do have Instagram. They have been very active on Facebook.
Yeah, I just dropped their Facebook tag in the comments. So go like their page, and then go to hardlocal.com and watch videos that.
Yeah, the video walkthrough that I did. This is before I did the walkthrough during the show last week. Caleb Powers was great explaining everything. And then Phil did a great story with what we were able to do thanks to his AI. And I think we did a great job telling the story. I'm glad they invited us to do it for them. Moving on, I was driving the other day on Ring Road, saw the building which is near the pavilion. So there's that little, I don't know the architecture because this is where Grafton and Rachel come in. I don't know. I would call it a house. It's not a house. Obviously, it's not a house, but it looks like a house. It's got an arch. That's how I would draw a house. Anyways, the white building next to the gas station and the pavilion across from Little Springs. Rochelle Danielle Rose, which started in Mulberry Square, and Liberty Tax, which is currently on North Dixie near the Mexican restaurant and Cricket up at those little shops. They'll be both co-tag team moving there. We do not have an opening date. But they do have a sign that says that they're opening. Rochelle Danielle Rose, Rachelle, Danielle, Danielle, Rose Decor. That's where they'll be moving. And then also Kenny Smith Realty and E-Town Paints. That's that really nice building near Panda on Woodland. They are the back two spots, but the front two spots are available. I did not know this. I thought that was just the two, but they are running out the other two. So if you want two nice spots on Woodland, within walking distance of Panda for lunch, and just Buffalo Wild Wings and Donato's as well. You also walk down to Little Caesars and Five Star, but that's a nice building out there. That's Kenny Smith Realty. Is contact him. E-Town Paints are there. So there'll be 4 tenants and opens up some spots in Mulberry Square, but they're excited. I saw them out today, putting up a new sign, and then they're trying to bring in some people to see what they can get. So I think it's good for both. I mean, I think it gives them their own business. So they're not in the shopping center; they have their own location, but it also frees up things for Mulberry Square to bring in new people.
Do you think there's kind of a trend? Do you think there's kind of a transition towards the Ring Road corridor right now with commercial real estate?
Definitely. I think I'd be an idiot. Well, I'm an idiot for some reasons, but not for this one. But you'd be an idiot to say it's not. I mean, we've had so many businesses going in the Woodland Ring Road corridor between Kenny Smith and the Paints, Publix, Kroger. You saw Baskin Robbins leave a strip mall and build its own building. You've seen Town Grove that's now coming up by First Christian Church. Iron Gym is right off Ring Road, which we did. I went over to their opening a few weeks ago. I mean, Ring Road's a huge location. I mean, it's the traffic wise, it's a little bit easier to get around than Dixie. I think I don't know, but I'm assuming it's probably a little bit cheaper than Dixie. I don't know the prices of these things, but Ring Road's obviously hot. You know, Ascend is coming near Central Hardin and near that development, which is off Ring Road, and the new HMH Urgent Care, which is over there. You've got the new Dunkin' Donuts and Apex development that's going over there on Ring Road near Peterson. You've got the renovations to the airport, which is going to help bring some stuff too. So Ring Road's hot. I mean, it's very hot. So I
Yeah,
don't
for
blame
sure.
people for going out there. I mean, I think it's smart.
Yep.
And plus, Dixie, there's just not a whole lot of great open spots where you're not having to renovate. You're not having to tear something down. You're not having to shoehorn your place in. Like, so Ring Road's got the space. I mean, and it was like that whenever we saw. I mean, John and I are old enough to remember. I remember when Cracker Barrel was the first thing to go over there by Exit 94, and it all blew up. So I think Ring Road is like the last great expansion area until something else opens up.
How many people
Awesome.
have asked you about Publix last month?
Oh, good. It's one of the most popular things I posted about. I mean, I go through the thing, and my top 10 things, I think Publix are in at least 3 of them. As far as if I announce a restaurant or if I put up a sign coming up, I think 3 of my top 10 most viewed things are Publix. Because I think it's got a great reputation. I mean, the ones I've been in have always been clean. I like the spacing. I like the lighting. Pub subs, people love their pub subs. Their deli, the buy one get one free days if you're a member. I think there's a lot to like about Publix, and I think people are always eager for a different chance. I mean, some people love Kroger. I grew up going to Kroger and Winn Dixie. I've done Walmart delivery for years. People love Aldi, but I think people are looking forward, especially in a growing area like ours. City E-Town's got over 35,000 people. Hardin County's approaching 150,000. We're a hub of 250,000 people. People are always eager for something new, something different, more jobs, more selection. And if it helps Kroger in a way so it's not as busy, is that a bad thing? I mean, I would consider it a good thing that, hey, I could walk in and not have to wait in line and fight people for that. So I think it's going to be, I'm excited for it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Nate. I appreciate you bringing us the business buzz this week.
The business is buzzing in town. Nate already knows it's Nate's Biz Buzz.
Yeah. Nate's Business Buzz.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, now the part I've been waiting on all week. Every week, I come on here and I give you a market update. I pull those stats either super early in the morning or super late at night after a long day of work. And every time I need the financing side of it, I call this gentleman that I'm about to introduce. Uh, I find out from him what people can actually afford right now and what's happening with the money, what's happening with interest rates, and whether it be early in the morning or super late at night, Grafton
Late
always
at night
answers.
most of the time.
He always responds and he's always getting me that information. So today he is sitting here with me. I am overjoyed about this. I've been applying all the pressure and buying all the drinks. It is a role reversal because in the beginning he fought hard to gain my trust in business, and now here we are sitting opposite sides. Grafton, try talking. Can we hear you?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
No, are you muted?
Nothing.
He's not. I can.
I could
Okay.
hear you.
Yeah.
Is it just me that can't hear him?
Just
I think
Uh-oh.
so. Yeah.
It might be a little challenging for me to interview him if I can't
Yeah.
hear him. What should I do?
Just go ahead and
Let's
refresh
see.
and come back.
Okay,
And
hold on
I'll-
one second.
And I'll say my part while that's going on. I don't know if she had finished introducing you. Can you hear her now?
Can Grafton try talking?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Okay, cool.
There we
Let
go.
me do the
All
last
right.
bit of introduction, then Phil, and we'll let you take it away. So this is Grafton Sizemore, everyone. Although, fair warning, he's got a couple nicknames. What most people call him is G, okay? However, that didn't work for me. I had to have my own name, and I'm going to embarrass him by saying I call him, when most of my team calls him Grafty, okay? So Grafty, we are so excited to have you on here. He is a loan officer at Motto Mortgage, but even more, he's the guy I call when I need someone with integrity and high character, someone that I know will always do right by my clients, will give us real numbers. He's incredibly knowledgeable about both the housing market, also the financing side of the market and what needs to happen. I trust him on a daily with people that I love. And we are so excited because starting soon, he's got his own segment on this show called Money Moves with G. I tried to get Money Moves with Grafty, but we're fine. Money Moves with G. So we are so excited to have you, Grafton.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Phil, I'm going to let you take it away for a minute.
All right. I wanted to say something before G gets grilled because some of you have noticed we've been shuffling the deck, and I'd rather you hear it from me than guess at it. Hardin Local's growing. We've added the Bourbon Local show, and there's other shows I want to add throughout the week. Um, and there's just not a lot of time. And the only way that this will work is if I get out of this chair, go build them. So actually, Scott's going to be helping me. He already has been for the longest of all the hosts. So Scott and I are moving mostly behind camera starting next week. Nobody got fired. Nobody's mad. Nobody's leaving our Hardin Local family. I'll still be here every week. Scott will probably be too, as well as he just won't maybe see us as much. Although I'm going to try to get Scott to do that icebreaker questions. And I'll be honest with you, it does feel a little weird. This thing has been my baby for a long time, but I knew a year ago this was the goal, and you don't get to say you built something that lasts if it only works when you're the one. So the seat next to Rachel opened up, and we went and got the right guy. Glad to have
I appreciate it.
Scott. I don't know if you'd like to say anything.
Yeah, so I remember me trying to push you to do this several times, and you were like, I don't know. And I was doing some things locally somewhere else, and without me getting emotional or anything, I've always followed you for quite some time, even before Hard and Local. And you're a tech guy just like I am. And some tech guys look at the other tech guy and be like, man, that's my competition or whatever. But it was like, for me, no, because I am like water. I can move and maneuver and adjust with any tech or any person. And with you, Phil, and for the audience that may not know this, is there's other than Bourbon Local, there's been some AI things that we've discussed. And so this is just going to help me and Phil not just take Hard Local or Bourbon Local, but everything else that will kind of add to it, more local, and even scale it out to more uh, non-local things. So I'm going to be here. I'm not going nowhere. You can't get rid of me.
I'm gonna be honest, we wouldn't let either of you two go anywhere. Obviously, we know you're gonna be behind the scenes, and so we're gonna see less of your faces, but it does not at all um, decrease the value that you will have brought and will continue to bring to Heart and Local. So I want to say thank you to you both. And obviously, the opportunity that you have created here for those of us that are going to be continuing to be on screen in front of and in front of our audience every single week. We are so thankful for both of you all for paving this roadway and then continuing to work behind the scenes to ensure that this is a success. And when Phil was talking to me about this months ago, right, Phil?
Mm-hmm.
There was one person that I wanted right by my side. And of course, like I had mentioned previously, that is Grafton Sizemore. So most people in Hardin County have met the loan officer exactly maybe once or twice, right? And they have met their loan officer at the single most stressful moment of their life. So before we talk about money at all, who are you and when you're not doing this? I'd like to know a little bit more about Grafty. I know, but tell everybody else.
That's tough. I think, in our industry that becomes your life, right? Like it is who you are. It becomes part of who you are. But no, so I've been in Hardin County. I can't say born and raised because I wasn't born here, but I've been here since I was about 6 years old. My family relocated to the area. My mom got a job. Both of my parents were teachers, and my mom got a job at, believe it or not, West Point Independent, up in the northern end of the county. Went there for a couple of years and then went into Hardin County schools. And I was going to ask during the football segment, but I didn't want to say, are we allowed to be biased on here? Am I allowed to be biased towards North Hardin,
Yeah.
or is that a not okay type of thing? Or no, but I did. I went to school at North Hardin, graduated from there. And I'll definitely be biased about this one. I made the mistake and went to U of L my first year. and she knew it was coming. I made that mistake, and then I wised up as I got older. I grew, and I transferred to UK. Went to UK for business school. Went there, graduated with my marketing and management degree. Went on to do an MBA in finance, and that brought me back here. And one of the things about doing that was I went to Lexington. I love Lexington. It's like a second home to me, but my heart was always was back here in Hardin County and in E-Town. So I moved back here, started working for a local bank. The rest was history, and kind of got in the finance side of things, and ended up at Model Mortgage about 6 years ago.
We all have flaws in our character, so we're going to forget that one. Um, so talk to me a little bit more about the evolution of going into mortgages, right? Do was there ever a point in your career that you were like, you know what, I want to do? I want to do mortgages. What was the
Absolutely not.
evolution to that point of your career?
I I did not think I was going to do mortgages. To be honest, I thought throughout school I was going to do something in sports marketing. I'm a huge sports guy. I love football, basketball. If there's sports on TV, I'm watching it. Right? Golf. I'm a huge golfer, so that's what you'll catch me doing on the weekends and in my free time. But honestly, in general, it came back to wanting to come here. I'd worked at a local bank as a teller during my time in college, when I come back on breaks, vacations, things like that. When people would take vacations here, Christmas time and all that, that's when I would come back and work. So at one point, I was like, you know what, this is not a terrible route to go, because there's ways you can help people in the industry that we're in. So that's what I went to. I went back to banking, and I had a stepdad who was a mortgage loan officer, and he told me my entire life growing up, do not be a loan officer, don't do it. And so, like I normally do, I didn't listen to my parents, and I became a loan officer. So no, it was just a weird way that it happened. It was during COVID. It was a huge leap of faith to go into the loan side of things. So I used to do business banking. I would work with local businesses in the area, get business accounts set up, credit card machines. I set up so many credit card machines in this area. When I go in and look at them, I look to see, was that one that I set up? Was that one that I worked with? But it got a little monotonous at that point for me, and I had a contact who I met through a referral group, who's the owner of Motto Mortgage, Tracy Holtzclaw, and she kind of reached out. We had some conversations, and she reached out. We both reached out through some mutual friends. I kind of knew that I wanted to make a change. She was looking for somebody because she was just opening up Motto in the area. She had been with other companies in the area, and she just kind of sat me down and told me how rewarding of a career this could really be. And so I thought about it for a little while, talked to my family, and at that time, my stepdad came out and said, "You know what? It's a really good career. I've told you my whole life not to do it, but it's made him into the man that he was, and it was very rewarding for him." So I took the leap, and I'm glad I did, because I'd never go back the other route. I'm glad I'm where I'm at.
Well, I certainly am too. So I want to tap into a little bit about your why. And the reason I want to hear your why and I want to share that with our audience is to give a little perspective. Anybody that supports me in my world, they have to be able to communicate round the clock, right? And so when I first met you and we first started working together, I said, you're going to answer my clients' calls and my calls any hour of the day. And you said, absolutely. um, Someone who has to match my work ethic, right? Someone who is going to work just as hard as I do. And I have to say, having watched you over the last several years of our friendship, you are an incredibly hard worker, someone with character and integrity, and you have extremely high character and integrity. There have been times where you have passed on the opportunity to make money because it wasn't in the best interest of the client. Okay. So I could go on, but I want to know why. Why are you still doing this 6 years in when you could be doing anything? What is it that wakes you up every day and drives you and motivates you?
Yeah, for sure. This business can be hard. I mean, I think you know that. You see it every day. It can be really, really stressful. You've got people's lives in your hands, and people don't think about it. But there are nights that I wake up at night wondering if a client that we're working with has switched jobs, or hasn't spent all the money in their bank account, or whatever it is. And that's because you live in a smaller town and smaller community, and you get so many people that you work with that are just trying to live the American dream. So I tell people all the time, I think we get really stuck in today's society, trying to compare ourselves to where other people are at. And I thought for the longest time, even when I was a banker, I didn't own my own house. I live with my brother, and I used to hate to tell people that because I felt so behind. I saw other friends buying houses. I saw my brother buy a house, and I always thought to myself, when's it going to be my chance? When's it going to be my turn? And I didn't buy my first house until I was 32. And I did it as a loan officer. It's kind of weird to say, but I was doing home loans before I owned my own house. And people think that's weird to hear sometimes, but that's my why, because there are more me's out there than there are some of my friends. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but some people are able to just get going a little earlier in life. And then there's people out there who work hard every day to get to the dream that they want to have. I'll never forget my one of my first loans that I did. It was a younger couple. Guy worked in construction. And I mean, he was working 80, 90 hours a week consistently, and no debt, great credit score, just an awesome, awesome person in general as well. Not that those things make you or don't make you an awesome person, but just a really good guy. He never thought he would own a house. We went through that entire process, and taking that photo with them at the end because they never thought they would get there. And it wasn't anything special. It was a double wide on 3 acres. And he stood there with his daughter, and she held the picture that we got them of her house and had the biggest smile on her face. And every time I have a stressful day at work, that's the moment that I think about, because we're here to help people, and it's not just about making money. We all work to make money, right? That's all part of what we do. It's all part of why we choose our careers, but you want to be happy doing it. And when I see those smiles on people's faces, like the smile I had when I was 32, getting to the place I wanted to be, it makes every bit of it worth it. That's my why.
That's awesome. And I would attest to that. So, okay, so I'm going to be transitioning a bit into some more work related things. And of course, we are a county that is infused by Fort Knox, right? So,
Yeah.
military friendly community. We love our military neighbors. So, kind of give it to me straight. What's the single most common thing people around here get wrong about VA loans?
Oh, the most common thing. I've got to go with people who think that they don't even have the VA eligibility, right? We live in a town that lots of people have served at one point or another, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they've retired from the military. There's a point system in the military. You could get really in the weeds with that, but just to say that there's guys out there, ladies out there who have served for 4 years and they have VA eligibility and don't even realize it. And VA is a great home loan for anyone to use who is eligible for it. It has some of the lowest interest rates that there are, and I don't want to go into interest rates today or anything like that. But they also offer some really, really, really good programs not to have any mortgage insurance, and on top of that, it's just a really awesome way for our vets to buy their first home and get into investment properties. That's you said one, but I'm going to two. That's the second thing. A lot of military personnel, they come and go, right? They'll be here for 3 4 years and they PCS out somewhere else. And a lot of vets and active duty military have started to realize you don't just have to buy a 1 unit household. You can buy up to a fourplex, live in one side because it's your primary residence, and then you can use the other 3 units to rent out to others. And then when you PCS off to, let's say, Texas, you can keep that house here with your primary interest rate and rent it out for the rest of your life. And it becomes a way to start building investments. So there's a lot of things people think that you can't do with VA loans that you absolutely can, the legal and the correct way.
So, yeah, so you're saying that there's guys,
That's
and there
awesome,
may,
Grafton. I appreciate that. So, Phil, you had a question for him.
yeah, I did. I had muted myself. I was trying to ask. So there are guys, there may be guys watching now, and I guarantee you there'll be quite a few people watching the recordings later that may be in their 50s, 60s, or even younger who have this whole time and never used it once when they had. What makes you eligible?
Yeah, for sure. So age is nothing but a number in real estate and loans, right? That's the easiest way to put it is it doesn't matter if you're 60. I have veterans who come in at 60, 65 years old who have never used their eligibility, never even realized they had eligibility, and they come in and they buy their first homes, right? And those are, again, things that you can pass on to your heirs once you're no longer here. We don't discriminate based off of age or anything like that. The VA definitely doesn't discriminate based off of any of those things. So there's a lot of retirees that are here that have never used it. They're like, well, I just thought, and Rachel can speak to this too. I just thought it was harder for people to accept VA loans. That may be true in an area where you're not in VA country or military country, right? Probably 50% of the loans I do have VA next to it, right? It's a lot of what we do. And most agents in the area will tell you they're not scared to accept a VA offer like maybe you would see in other areas where military community is not as prominent.
So let's move on to what your money moves with G is going to be like. Starting, I think it's next week. You've got your own segment on this show and that's paired with you being like co-host with Rachel. But you're calling it Money Moves with G. Tell everybody what that is.
Yeah, for sure. So, Phil, when we kind of talked about what that segment would entail, I'm going to be the first one to say it. Rachel gets to do the fun part. She gets to, talk with clients about what their needs are, what kind of house they want. We're the person nobody wants to talk to. Nobody wants to talk about getting a loan and taking out debt, right? So it can be kind of boring. So when we were talking, I wanted to make sure that the segment we did was not just focused on mortgages. It was something that was open to more broad general terms and finance. So it's going to be a segment that has to do with investing. That can be real estate investing. That can be investing in stock markets. It could be anything that you can think of when it comes to finance. We'll have tons of different topics that we're talking about on here. We can talk about tax time when it comes to CPAs. Now, I'm a licensed mortgage loan officer, not a CPA, not a financial advisor, and we'll have all those disclaimers out there. But that doesn't mean that we don't have contacts and people that we talk to who give us some really good advice that we can talk about on here, and therefore, give all of our followers and our viewers a place to start when it comes to finance and where to put your money, how to grow your wealth, and just how, in general, to start making finance easier.
What do you want somebody to walk away with every?
That you don't have to be rich to start investing, that you don't have to be rich to learn how to budget, how to use your money properly. It doesn't matter if you make $7 an hour. It doesn't matter if you make $100 an hour. This segment will be for everybody who can walk away with something that maybe they didn't know, or an angle they hadn't thought about when it comes to finance, that they can say, you know what, I want to do a little bit more research about that. I want to find out a little bit more about that. And it may be the mortgage side. It may be, I didn't know that existed. I didn't know that was an option for me. I want people to realize there are options out there for everybody when it comes to finance, and that no matter where you're at, you've got to start somewhere and you've got a chance to grow.
All right.
Okay, Grafton, I'm going to wrap this up with some rapid fire questions. Okay.
Oh no. Okay, let's go.
Coffee order.
I don't drink coffee. It's going to be an Alani every single day.
Okay, best place to eat in Hardin County that people sleep on.
I got to go with El Molino. My guy Francisco out there in Radcliffe. It's the best Mexican restaurant in Hardin County.
You've never invited me there. You need to take me immediately. I love Mexico.
All right, done.
And last one, do you dance?
Not in public.
Listen, you're about to, because we
drinks.
end
There we go. Oh man,
your every segment with dancing, because we're going to have an intro and an outro for you. So you better get really used to, I mean, really, it's just the upper half. You just have to be able to do arm dances, okay?
I've seen it on here. I thought I might get away with it, but
Oh, don't worry.
No.
Your intro is
You're
coming.
definitely
It is
getting
loaded.
one. Now you can help me
All
make
right,
the
all right.
jingle, or you can leave it for me.
Either that, you can help, or you just get stuck with whatever Phil decides. So,
Fair.
well, Grafty, welcome. So excited to have you. We will
I appreciate
see
it. Glad to
you-
be a part of it.
Yep, we'll see you back here soon with Money Moves.
Sounds good.
With G.
All right, guys, we are now going to transition to the housing market update.
Rachel's got the numbers, who's buying, who's selling, what's hot on the block. Hardin County house market update. Hey!
And
Well,
Rachel, this is a pretty good handoff, because the market you're about to describe is exactly the
It does. It actually has a lot of room in it. And actually, I think we're seeing some real movement as far as investments. So, if you are sitting on a VA loan, as Grafton was describing, that can be utilized to purchase investment opportunities and or purchase a home, whether that be an upgrade or maybe your first property. So there's a lot of opportunity in today's market. And I want to drill down some numbers very quickly for you. Um, I feel like we have, I don't want to spend a lot of time repeating that buyers have choices, that sellers need to prepare their homes, or that different price points behave differently. We know all of that, right? We've been talking about that. Instead, there is one number in this week's data that really caught my attention. The pace at which we're selling our available inventory has slowed. And that may be telling us something about where the market is heading next. So here's what happened. Last week, Hardin County had 408 active listings and 104 homes had sold during the previous 30 days. That gave us approximately 3.9 months of inventory on the market. This week, active inventory increased slightly to 416 homes, but the number of homes sold during the trailing 30 days dropped to 89. That pushed us to approximately 4.7 months of inventory. And that's an important distinction. Inventory didn't suddenly explode, the pace of sales slowed. And that's what we call absorption, the rate at which buyers are absorbing the homes currently available. And right now, that's the number I'm paying close attention to. Will that pick up? Will we start to see absorption increase? What are interest rates going to do to the absorption rate? We're headed towards the holiday season. The market notoriously slows down through the holiday period. So here's this week's numbers. Phil's got them on our screen for us. These are in Hardin County, the Heart of Kentucky Association of Realtors MLS. We're looking at the week of August 11th through the 18th. 35 new listings came to the market. 21 homes went under contract. 13 families moved into their new homes. There are 416 active listings across Hardin County and 89 homes sold during the last 30 days. That's down, guys, from 104. So you see there the numbers. I like that the way you made this, Phil. Our average days on market actually decreased. However, they went down to 76 from 81. So what I would guess is that some of these new listings that have been going up over the last couple of weeks, they are priced appropriately and the condition is exceptional. And so they're actually converting quickly, which is dragging that days on market down a little bit. Average list price was $352,801. Average sold price increased to $315,780, and our median sold price climbed to $305,000. So here's where this gets interesting. We have fewer homes selling over the trailing 30 days, but both our average and median sale prices increased. And the average days on market actually fell by 5 days. That's not necessarily the picture of a weak market. It's the picture of a market, once again, as I've been mentioning, becoming more selective. Okay. There's something I want to watch before calling it a trend. Last week, average days on market was 81. This week, it's 76. At the same time, our 30-day sales pace declined. So what could that mean? I think we're starting to see a separation between the home buyers want and the homes they are willing to pass over. The first with my team, I always push and really encourage them to watch very carefully how the market um, demonstrates its interest in the first 14 days. The first 14 days on market is a pretty good indication of whether you have the home marketed correctly, priced appropriately, and the condition is exceptional. Okay. So we watch very closely to see how it performs in that first 14 days. At that 14-day mark, you got to make some quick adjustments. Okay. So there's definitely properties that are just sitting on the market. Rather than walking through every price category this week, we typically break down the different price categories. You can find that all at hardinlocal.com. The one I want to highlight, which I find surprising, is homes that are priced between 4 and 600,000. There's 80 homes available in this price range. 8 sold during the last 30 days. That's approximately 10 months of inventory. Okay. So to give you some perspective on that, homes under 250,000 are currently sitting at roughly 3.3 months of inventory. there's even higher priced markets moving faster than this one. It is definitely something I am watching very closely. What is slowing down the 4 to 600,000 price range? And if you are a buyer looking in that price point, you're probably going to get a great deal right now. And if you're a seller entering the market at that price point, be prepared for longer days on market, or your pricing needs to be really good and your condition has to be exceptional. Um, if you're selling a $500,000 home right now, the overall Hardin County statistic of 4.7 months doesn't really describe your competition. You're competing in a segment with substantially more supply relative to recent demand. So make sure that you're working with a licensed professional that understands how to make your property stand out. Going down through here, I'm looking. So to summarize, I'm looking closely at the absorption rate as we go into the rest of this quarter and into the fall. I want to see. I want to watch carefully the amount of listings that are coming to the market and how quickly they are being absorbed by the market. And the other thing that I'm watching very closely week over week is that 4 to 600. It's just slightly over the median sales price in Hardin County, which is surprising to me because I've got homes up in the 800,000 that are moving much faster. So curious as to what is creating that issue. All right, guys, I think that's gonna summarize. I've got more, but there's a that I want to for time purposes. That's about all. So we'll be back next week with your housing market update.
Jingle you on.
Rachel's got the numbers. Who's buying? Who's selling? What's hot on the block? Hardin County housing market update. Hey!
I rarely have time for questions at the end. So does anybody have any questions from the information that I shared this week?
I do. I've got a quick one. Do you see what we see in loans sometimes? I feel like also this time of year when people go back to school, we see it slow down just a little bit. And you talked about kind of how the numbers are kind of reflecting that. The 6 years that I've been in it, I've noticed that people are really focused in the area on maybe getting back to school, getting kids back into school, and then maybe hopefully we see it pick up a little past then. Have you seen the same thing on your side?
Absolutely. We in fact, I'm excited to go into next year because we've been mapping this now, Phil, since January. But 100% just from my knowledge year over year, right? Being in it for a decade now, always. And I'm a mom. I get it. The last thing on my mind right now, I'm in survival mode. Okay, we've got football starting, we've got school, we're getting up earlier, we're getting back into schedules. So absolutely, we are experiencing a bit of a just a softer period. I don't want to say slowdown. I think it's just the man, I can't think of the word, but basically the people that are like really aggressive, it just kind of cools off just a little bit, and you got to kind of
For sure.
encourage them right now because their focus is elsewhere.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, if there's no other questions, we can jump straight into the experienced eater with Britton McDowell. I don't think I've heard your jingle in a week or two.
Experienced eaters, forks up, let's go. Find the spots you need to know. Yeah! Experienced forks up, let's go.
Britton, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. So Grafton, let's bust something out here right now, just so you know. It is complete and total peer pressure bullcrap that you have to dance.
I like it. All right.
Do you, brother? Do you? And so yeah, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but you were spot on when you was talking about El Molino and Francisco. And I've invited Rachel multiple times, and she's blown me off. She doesn't go north of Prather unless she's selling something.
That
So
sounds
don't,
about
don't
right.
let her play that game with you.
That's actually real. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm in Radcliffe with you, Britton. So the next time y'all go Mexican, we can all go. Because I
Okay,
like El Molino
seriously.
too. So
We have a
I
live
need an
sale
invite.
Thursday night, so I bet we hit Mexican probably Thursday night. So Scott, let's touch base Thursday afternoon. You can join us.
that
So
sounds like
And
a
the-
plan.
I will tell you this: that tomorrow, the Guerrero's taco truck is going to be set up in Radcliffe at Advance Autos. And if you need a taco fix, I would tell you to do that because you're going to see. And then they have something that's at the end of the review that is as good as I've had anywhere. And so yeah, they're it's really interesting, their story. He's a veteran. He and his wife, he kind of got his wife's family recipe for their salsas. They started selling chips and salsa. They have a fantastic red and green, and then it just kind of builds out from there. And they've got their truck, and they're doing a really good job. I've eaten with them twice, and it's pretty bad. You know how it gets, Grafton. You're driving down the road, and you have that little rumble and the tumble, and you're like,
Oh yeah.
and then you see the trailer, and your car just pulls right in. And that's what's happened to me the past couple times they've been set up, and it's something you definitely need to if you get a chance. They're worth checking out. So, Phil, do we have audio today, or are we doing kind of voiceover again?
We have audio if you'd rather, or I can mute it and you can voice over.
Phil, we can't hear you. Or is it me again?
No, I can't hear him
it's
either.
me. It's me. I had myself muted.
Okay, perfect.
So, yeah, I think it's up to you. I can mute it, or you can voice over it.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I've got a delay. I don't have the screen on my live thing here. I'm actually just watching on Facebook. So,
okay. Well, we'll just let it play then, and with
yeah.
the audio, I think that'll work. It'll
All
take
right,
me a
sounds
second.
good.
Make sure this fits. I think this box is gonna fit. You guys can see every little thing I got on the. But
Hey guys, Experienced Eater here. It's Wednesday. I'm in Radcliffe. I want some tacos. Mama wants a quesadilla. So I'm going to go see what they have for us at Guerrero's Salsa and More.
like a nice. What's your favorite thing on that?
I'm going to tell you the quesadilla is a meal, and I threw him for a loop because
we got chicken and
I got a meat combo on it.
Quesadilla, crispy chicken tacos with all the fixings, and there's that salsa. There may have been somebody may have dunked something in that salsa already though. That'd be me. This thing's huge.
It's a full 12-inch quesadilla. So it's like two 12-inch tortillas. It's not folded in half.
Oh yeah. It's got great flavor. Chorizo really makes that snap.
I'm getting hungry. Damn it.
How's that quesadilla, Mama?
That's pretty tasty. I'm gonna dunk it in some sauce because I don't know about the sauce. Which one did you like? Which one did you try?
They're both
You know
great.
anything about either one of them? All right, let's give it a little dunk.
Red and green.
That's a good quesadilla, guys.
Chorizo.
Lettuce any good?
They fry their own shells, which I mean that's impressive for me. I think that's fantastic. They take the care to do that.
Did you hear that
Sauce
crunch?
is really good, and I got a couple of chicken and a chicken and a chorizo.
They fry their own. Chorizo is tremendously flavorful. That's a really good taco. You got to see Guerrero's. You're a Tres Leches cake expert.
Oh, I love them. Absolutely love them.
So the Guerrero's have adventured into dessert. Everything else was pretty solid. I really liked their chicken and.
Tres Leches cake is supposed to be like super moist because it's got all the milks poured over it. So we've got a good little amount of moisture there. Let's see how it tastes. That's a good Tres Leches cake, guys. Love it.
I get the fail because they also had a cocoa one, but I didn't think we needed two cakes.
No, your fail is that you didn't bring me my own cake. Mm-hmm.
Told her she'd be lucky I didn't take the whole thing.
I love it.
Ooh. A little salt, a little caramel on it.
Mm-hmm. Good.
That's solid. I did mess up. I should have got the chocolate. And he said it tastes like hot chocolate. They're there till 5. I may have to run back up the street and see.
So they
She
fry their own
tried
shells?
to take that whole thing from me. We had a wrestling match. I got a couple more bites out of it.
Who won the wrestling match?
Who do you think? It
She
wasn't
did.
me. I mean, you know, when Mama gets serious about cake now, you don't mess with it. You just let her have her way, and to go with it. But you know, the Guerreros, they're a small family owned operation. They are out there. They're working hard. They're doing it right. And if you see that red trailer set up and you pull in, you will be happy with what you get. A little birdie told me that this week they're trying a couple of new flavors, the Tres Leches cake, which was only like $6, which I thought was a pretty good value. They're supposed to have, I think, Fruity Pebble and strawberry. So, Rachel, I know you look like a Fruity Pebbles kind of gal, so that might be right up your alley.
100%.
So, but you know, hey guys, when you get a chance to be out and about, you know, that's one of the things that I love about the north end of the county. The people are great, the food opportunities are ample, and you can do things that you're not going to get to do in other places. And you know, and I'm excited that they're going to be set up tomorrow, and we may have tacos for lunch tomorrow at the Red Brick Cottage. We'll just have to see. If we do that, though, Scott, then Thursday night it may not be Mexican. It might be Egg Roll House. So.
I just
Sounds
wanted
good.
to emphasize, so Guero Salsa Verde, so it's Guero''. Gueros.
Yep.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, you can find them on Facebook. And they've got an Instagram page, I believe. But you know, for all of our Hardin local folks that are watching, find them on Facebook. They post their schedule there. Give them a like and a follow. That's something that's invaluable that our viewers can do for everybody that has Facebook and social media pages. Is just give them a like, give them a thumbs up, look at some of their content, and and give them some encouragement, even if you can't get to them to eat. That's a great way to support small businesses. Is just interact, like, comment, share, and support people on the social media side of things.
Couldn't agree more. Well, awesome. All right. Well, we want to jingle him out before we go to closings and comments.
But, hey, I'll dance if Grafton dances. Go dance, Grafton.
Let's go.
Come on, guys.
Come on,
Take that
guys.
booty.
Can I
Even
get
if
an
you're off
orange?
rhythm.
Just fist pump.
Come on, Grafton.
We will
Give
work
me
on
1
that.
week. Give me 1 week. I'll get comfortable. There we go.
We will
Okay,
work
next
on
Tuesday.
that.
I'll be here next Tuesday to watch you dance.
We'll get
All
together
right,
for
all right.
practices, Grafton. We'll get together for practices. All right. Bill, let's go to the comments section. Anything we
Yeah.
want to highlight?
Yeah, it's Snow Dogs Food Truck. They're back. He's saying at Lowe's until 3:45. If you mention Hardin Local, buy one get one free on any devices today. We also got Danny O'Brien commenting. Thank you, Danny. He said dead air. I don't know what he was talking about, but I did ask him. Kim Ames said hello to Hardin Local and to Snow. And we also had who else? KYTCC News said hello to Hardin. Well, hello to you guys. We'll have to check out your page. All about, and I think that covers the majority of them that I can see right now. So
Awesome. All right. Well, Grafty, it was your first day. How'd we do?
Pretty good. I'm looking forward to a long standing host spot with you and see what comes in the future for sure. I'm excited about it.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, everything we talked about today is on hardinlocal.com. I'm telling you, it is the one-stop shop for everything. There's 125 events. We only covered like 5. You got to go check out the website, guys. I literally use it to plan my social calendar. Okay. Housing market updates. We will have a money moves with G-Tab eventually where it's got opportunity there, and it's all free. Just go there to the website to review all of that information. Once again, 2 time sensitive items that I want to highlight. The downtown master plan open house is tonight, 5 to 7 at Pritchard. I attended last year's. It was very informative. I don't think I'll make it tonight due to football, but you're not going to want to miss that. Go tell the city what you want downtown to look like. And lead, launch, and leverage registration closes Thursday. I also need to be in attendance to that, so I'm going to have to check my calendar for that one. Football Friday. John Hardin's got the only home game in the country. That's where I'm headed, not to John Hardin, but to a very hot field with a lot of bugs and watching 6-year-olds run around. But we are back in football season, myself and my family. Like, share, and follow so more people in this county find us. And if this is your first time watching, thank you. Come back next Tuesday at 1. And one more time, Bourbon Local, our new show. First episode is up now, guys. Is that correct?
Mhm. is up on the Bourbon Local YouTube and Facebook.
Awesome. I'm super excited to watch that episode. I think it's going to be a great Kentucky culture show with stories, news, events, and the people shaping cultures around here. Bill, Scott, John, Nate, Britton, and I'm sorry, we're gonna have to change this nickname, Grafton. We're gonna have to go with Grafty. But anyway, I'm Rachel Branningham. Thanks for spending your lunch hour with us, Hardin County. We will see you next Tuesday, same time, same place.
Have a great week,
And
everyone.
be nice to each other.